Namaskaram. This video is an important video for all the CA inter students to resume their preparation at HLS. Before you watch the video, I hope you would have already saw this particular video which talks about the complications of clearing CA inter. We have detailedly explained it. It is available on the YouTube. So if you haven't watched this video, please watch that first and come back to the ongoing video. Now coming to what exactly are we anticipating? There are three scenarios for students who have attempted both groups in Jan 25. Again, this is not to tell you what is going to happen. This is only to let you know that we are ready for all the scenarios. Now, scenario one, if your son or daughter clear both the groups, nothing like that, they can straightforward enroll for articleship. That's about it. And God forbid, if both the groups are not done, ideally it is better to start group 2, because once group 2 is finished in March, we can directly go ahead with group 1 in April. This is for scenarios where the scores are decent in both the groups. Having said that, if one of the groups is low or if the score is less than 200, we should start with one of the better groups. Let's say if the score is 120 plus 70, then we should definitely start with the group where we got 120, finish it first and then think about the other group. Now the details of this we'll discuss based on the actuals. I am not anticipating the scenario for any of the students, but still I'm considering it to cover the worst case scenario also. Now finally clearing either of the group 1 or group 2. So it makes sense because you have to start the other group obviously straightforward. So these are the scenarios for people who have written both the groups. Now moving into students who have written either group 1 or group 2. So scenario, the particular group, either group 1 or group 2 is cleared, then straightforward start the other group. If you have already cleared one group and if only one group is left, obviously we will be going with articleship. This is applicable for people who are in the old scheme. And there are some students who are writing units. In this case, you can straightforward start the final preparation because you can write your final in November 25. And not cleared even in one group. Now, if your score is more than 120, 130, obviously it is going to be both the groups in May. So in that case, start the other group, then we'll come back to the first group or the group within context. If the score is less than 100, it will make sense to start the same group because even one group is not done properly. So it is important to restart the same group. Then based on the time, we can look at the other group whether in May or September. So these are the scenarios. Now, when you restart the preparation at HLS or when your son or daughter restarts the preparation at HLS, you're starting with mock test because there has been a long gap. Most of the students are away from HLS for around a month. So while we are welcoming you anytime from now, the moment you are here, you'll be writing mock tests for either of the groups. So if you've already written group 2 in your Jan attempt, you will be writing mock test 1 for group 1. So March 8, 10, 12. So this is to understand the current level of preparation based on what has been happened in the last 1 month to get to a proper conclusion of your current status. And the other way, if you already written group 1, we'll be writing exams for group 2. So either way, we'll be writing mocks for one of the groups, either group 1 or group 2. And this is exactly where we'll restart the preparation. So you're more than welcome to come down to HLS at any point of time after watching this video. But you'll be compulsorily writing this mocks. And we are decided to set some non-negotiable conditions because the previous video I told you the constraints. Now this gives you the solution in terms of how we can avoid the constraints of preparation. So number 1, zero access to phone. Be very clear. Right from the hour you enter, your phone will be taken and there is no negotiation regarding this. You're not allowed to leave the HLS main gate or the main gate because beyond that we can't have control and it's practically impossible for us to monitor that. And no going back to home because already you're coming after 1 month break. So no going back to home until exams. Absolute surrender to the process because if too much time is getting wasted in negotiating what needs to be done and not what need not be done, it can't be very productive and efficient given we're only 2 months to the exam. Previous day recall, day end recall, exam mistake tracker, index mapping and color coding sheets should be respectively done based on the targets given, and all of this are mandatory. And ruthlessly prioritize results over physical comfort or mental comfort, and strict silence during study sessions because we have noticed that most of the students are disturbing each other. I think these conditions are very clear and these are with the core objective of making you clear in the coming exams. And finally, for the Jan exams, we wish you all the very best from the entire team of HLS. Hope this is clear in terms of what needs to be happening next, and you are most welcome to get back to HLS. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.